Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. So this afternoon's toy hunting find are two GiJoe classified series action figures from the Cobra faction. So we have the BAT and we have the Ali Viper. Now, to assist us in opening the action figure that we're going to review this afternoon would be the Red Hood action figure, which I just reviewed recently. So with his crowbar, it's going to be an easy unboxing. So we have the Ali Viper out of the box. So before we take out the action figure and all of the contents of this action figure or the accessories, so let us admire first our purchase. This is something that is really nostalgic. I have seen this figure before, not in classified version but the old school version, and somehow it really reminds me of that toy. So just in a bigger scale now with this lot of accessories. I'm really happy with this purchase. So let's start with these three items first. So this is the climbing gear. So we have pouches, we have, I know that is a magazine because based on the accessories, the SMG and the rifle that are included in this packaging, the magazine looks like this. So we have pouches, we have grenades, and we have the mechanism where I think the cord or the rope is stored, and I think that would be it. So the grenades, pouches, and with this peg, I think you're going to attach the grappling gun on this side like this. So first order of business is to attach the firing mechanism or the end or the bow. So really does not say whether what direction this thing would really go, but you just shove this item in, I think, as long as it fits. So let's put it this way. Okay, I think I installed it already right. So is it aligned? I think it is aligned. Okay. So I think that we could still secure lines over here on these 2 points, first point, second point, if you want to do so. But if you want to just attach this rifle, this grappling gun to the backpack, so this is how it looks like. So just like the original toy that we had in the 80s, I remember this really well. But of course, the older version of this accessory did not have a detachable grapple gun. So it was fixed and molded to this backpack. But with regards to how it looks like, it is really similar, but the scale right now is bigger. So let's take a look at the ballistic shield of the Ali Viper. So of course it's a toy, so expect that it's going to be far from the real ballistic shield which law enforcement or military would use. But with regards to how much coverage it would give the Ali Viper for protection, I think it is ample enough because, well, of course, the real ballistic shields, I have seen one and tried to carry one before because one of my friends is LE. it really weighs a ton, and it is really large. It covers at least the whole torso up to the thigh of the officer. So it's going to be quite substantial coverage, which I really like with this, because if you come to think of the measurements, it also offers the same thing. Now, the shape is going to be, of course, stylized, because it's of course Cobra, so expect that the design would really be outrageous and out of this world, something out of this world, but really looks good actually. So with regards to coverage, ample coverage, and we also have side panels where he could possibly fire his weapon. So left or right, depends on how he shoulders the ballistic shield, he could fire his weapon. Now, it does not have a cutout just like the real ballistic shield, which has a cutout over here where the operator could peer through the front of the ballistic shield, but this has an electronics gadget through it, so it has a viewfinder at the back. So I think based on just the Cobra logo, I think the cameras would be the eyes of the snake. So just assuming, of course, because well, it's a toy, but it's really nice touch that we have this option. And the handles, I really like the concept that the handles could rotate. So when you pose this figure, you're not fixed to a certain angle of pose. So you could pose it this way, you could pose it that way, you could pose it sideways, and you could even just put this pistol over here like this and fire, or possibly at an angle like this and still could put his weapon and fire. So really nice touch with this accessory. We have knives, so 2 of them. We have your generic GiJoe classified pistol. This is more realistic looking rifle, so based on the AK design. So just by the look of this hump over here, the upper receiver group, and the safety, and of course the piston block over here, and that muzzle device, so really is an AK system. So this is a side folder, I think, with a red dot sight. So the more interesting weapon, the other thing, the magazine looks like also like a PMAG, and it is detachable from the weapon system or the rifle. So really nice touch. The other one is a more non-traditional design, and we have a storage device here for your spare rifle magazine. So I don't think that this is going to be the ammunition for this weapon system, because this is a really non-traditional receiver group. So as to loading and unloading the cartridges from this weapon, if it's going to be on the side over here, I just cannot wrap around my head around the concept of this design. So I think that it is just going to be a storage system for the spare magazine. But when we take a look at the action figure, we don't have any storage system, where this rifle we could possibly just place it over here and have him hold on to the other weapon. So with regards to this, this would have been a very suitable weapon system. Just take this out and looks like a pistol caliber carbine. Now I thought that this was going to be a flashlight because SMGs either would have a flashlight over here or sometimes would be mounted on top of the weapon system, just like how the SAS would before put really big mag lights on the top of their MP5s. So I thought that this was going to be a flashlight, but on closer inspection it is actually an aiming device, so it's a scope. So with regards to this lower thing, this tube over here, I don't know what that is. So it might be the canister which holds on to the ammunition, but that is unlikely. So because if it's going to if this is an optic, it has to sit on a stable platform, not a mechanism which loads and unloads cartridges, because of course there's going to be rattling and shaking, and your aiming system is going to be offset. So I think that possibly this pistol caliber carbine would have a loading mechanism over here. Just guessing. But anyway, since this is my toy, I'm thinking of redoing this SMG and placing this magazine over here and then just gluing it, so somehow it would look like this for me to be able to use this thing. So the rifle, which is bigger caliber carbine, I don't think that's a good combination because you have to aim to have a accurate shots on a rifle. It has to be held with your supporting hand. So I don't think that it's a good idea to place the rifle on this side. It's not going to be a stable shot. But if it's possible, I think it's possible. But it's just weighty. So a rifle is heavy, the shield is heavier, and you're carrying it around, and that is really cumbersome. So I would just imagine the strength of the individual plus he must be augmented to really carry this system. So I think it's going to be either this, a pistol, which most SWAT teams would use, a shield and pistol combination like this, or a pistol caliber carbine like that. So I'll be cutting this off and reloading this magazine over here. So I'll just leave this thing open. I won't be taking that one out. Finally, we're taking a look at the meat of the purchase, which is the action figure per se. Just a quality control issue that I found out while I was playing around with this figure earlier. With the boot area, we have of course this rotation or cut over here, so we could move the boot and the foot accordingly. But with regards to alignment to the knee pad, which is the knee pad is actually center line, when you try to align the foot with the knee pad, you would see that the shin guards are off center. So we have center line to the knee pad, the toe area to the knee pad, and you see that the shin guards are off center. And same goes with this other leg. So we try that same process, but somehow this is more attached to center line. So I think one of the things that we're going to do later is going to detach the shin guards and regluing it to the right sweet spot on the shins of this figure. But total consideration, I really love how it looks. Well, of course, the color is really different. So in real life, you won't be fighting CQB in this kind of colors. So, well, if you're search and rescue, then these are the colors that you're going to use for visibility. But if you're going to engage in CQB or close quarter battles, that's why CQB specialists would either wear black or gray, a subdued color, not this kind of pattern. But anyway, this is a 1980s rendition in classified series format, so I'm just really happy to have this toy. Okay, so I love that we have pouches. So the pistol pouch is over here, and the pistol pouch is not a run-of-the-mill GiJoe classified series pistol pouch. Actually, this pouch is totally different. So we have a 3 strap system for it, and we have some kind of a cutout over here, a retention device for the pistol. So something that mimics the real item that we have or use. So we also have attachments over here. Possibly you could attach a spare magazine there, or maybe a pouch to hold a knife or whatnot. Or possibly just reposition the holster to this side and then placing a pouch over here. That is the use of this kind of thigh paddles. So I really love this touch that they mimic this thigh pistol paddle. So on the other side, we also have a device, some sort of device on the thighs. I think that is for storage of ammunition for the pistol. So let's take our pistol. So with regards to the length, so we have the grip and possibly the length. So I think that it's going to be a ammunition device, storage device for the magazines for your side arm. So nice touch, because if you're going to if he's going to employ this kind of shield, this is a really weighty thing. So the way to go is to have this in action and your pistol. So that's it. Now with regards to the body armor, it covers a lot of the torso of the figure. Even the waistline is covered. So don't expect to have really good articulation on this figure, because we don't have any articulation point at all because of this really thickness and stiffness of the plastic material to render a correct rendition of this really thick body armor for CQB. Now, the only thing that's lacking in this kind of armor, of course, we have a groin guard, which covers our soft goods. The coverage is also nice because It includes up to the armpits. So the only thing that this body armor lacks would be a neck guard. So the neck of this Ali Viper is quite exposed, but anyway, he has this shield on so he could protect that neck. Okay, next thing, we have good point of articulation on the head and also on the arms. It's your standard GiJoe classified series points of articulation, so we don't need to really mention that at all, but subject this action figure first to hit when you take it out of packaging. So really love the look. We have a lot of pouches, possibly to store gadgets and gizmos, or possibly store C4 to really blast doors open, or just we have pockets there to reinforce the total armor protection of this armor system. So we could put ballistic inserts on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the sides, and 6. So we also have a ballistic padding over here on the chest to protect the heart. So really nice touch. We also have even carabiners over here. And the only thing that I really don't like is this. So that's supposed to hold another knife, because this figure comes with 2 knives. So one knife would be stored over here and one knife would be stored over here. But if you're carrying the shield, of course, you won't be placing that knife sheath over here, because you're going to carry the shield this way. Now, when you're holding on to the shield, of course, you cannot unsheath that knife. So the natural tendency for the operator or the user would be to reach for the knife that is on his shoulders. But this is something that possibly we just take off. So really something that is not an issue, and we could use that with other action figures that we have. So the last item that I would like to discuss on this Ali Viper would be the signature face shield, ballistic face shield. So if somebody calls fire in the hole, so drop that shield and cover yourself with the bigger shield, the ballistic shield. So you have a face shield and you have the ballistic shield. So wow, really nice figure. Really enjoying this Ali Viper. So if you see this on stores, grab your copy. So this is your channel creator, Laruan ni Obi-Wan, reminding you to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next review.